Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we're hearing more about a road rage incident that almost turned deadly in London.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are just past 5:30 on Tuesday, July 9th. Now let's go ahead and send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. Visibility clearly an issue as we get you out the door on this Tuesday morning. 70 degrees here in the heart of Perry County, and visibility is again in a lot of locations as you leave Jonesville through Middlesboro over through the rest of the Cumberland Valley, running below what we should be, well, running below because of all the moisture in the atmosphere with the fog that has developed. Temperature-wise, yeah, a lot of us are in the 70s to start things off on this Tuesday morning. A heavy, sultry feel to the air, and that's the way things will play out today. Even with a lot of cloud cover, that's helping to kind of insulate things, preventing us from falling back temperature-wise this morning. And we're going to keep an eye on this aspect with the remnants of Beryl trying to move on through. As we hit through this afternoon, that will end up producing some scattered showers and thunderstorms. More about the First Alert 7-day forecast. Air is heavy now. When can it start to lighten up a bit? We'll let you know as we head through this half hour. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. A suspect involved in what deputies call a road rage incident in Laurel County on Saturday was arraigned yesterday. WYMT's Amelia Lee has the latest from London.
On Monday, 21-year-old Joseph Brewer attended his arraignment for reportedly shooting 21-year-old Jaden Jackson 2 times.
We've been told that apparently he's going to survive, that he was rushed into emergency surgery as soon as they flew him to Lexington.
Gilbert Achardo with the Laurel County Sheriff's Department says the road rage incident did not start between Jaden and Brewer.
A car coming toward London had to practically slam on his brakes and honk their horn at him. And he allegedly got out of his vehicle, went back to her vehicle, and cursed her. A person in a vehicle behind her got out of his vehicle to see what was going on, and they said that as soon as he got out, the guy shot him twice.
Jerry Holland, who lives in London, says he is sad to hear about this road rage incident and others before.
People are just in a rage. They're in a hurry. They don't want nobody tampering with them in no way. It's just devastating. But
Holland says it is especially worrisome when young people are involved.
They need to really think about what they're doing because their future's ahead of them.
Achardo says to use caution if you come in contact with an aggressive driver.
Don't honk your horn, that you get the license tag information if you can, a color of the vehicle and the direction of travel.
Brewer is being held on a $150,000 cash bond. In Laurel County, Amelia Lee, WYMT Mountain News.
Brewer was arrested on charges of first-degree assault. According to court documents, Brewer will have a preliminary hearing on July 23rd. A 19-year-old EKU student was among those shot early Saturday morning at her brother's 21st birthday party at a home in Florence. 4 people were killed, including her mother, Missy. Right now, she's inside a Cincinnati hospital working to recover from those serious injuries. Her dad, Bruce, was not at the birthday party for his son, but lives just a few miles down the road. At 3 a.m., he got a heart-stopping call and rushed to the scene.
I parked at the top of the street and ran down to the house, ran in the house where I saw all the carnage of a scene that I don't think any human being should ever have to witness in their life. And I thought that I saw Chloe deceased in the corner. And so I thought Chloe was gone.
Bruce says initially he did not even know his ex-wife Melissa had been killed, but when he saw Chloe being loaded onto a gurney and taken away into an ambulance, he says it was a huge sigh of relief. A Central Kentucky mother and her boyfriend are both behind bars after the death of an infant over the weekend. The Fayette County coroner says 20-month-old Joshua Bowen died Saturday. Now his mother, Brianna Johnson, and her boyfriend, Kyle Gudon, are facing criminal abuse charges. Johnson is charged with criminal abuse. Gudon is charged with assault, domestic violence, and criminal abuse. Johnson's arrest citation says she initially permitted another person to abuse her child. Brooks Houck, who is charged with the murder of Crystal Rogers, appeared in court yesterday. His attorney argued against a joint trial with Joseph and Stephen Lawson. He says trying the three together would require jurors do, quote, mental gymnastics to keep up with everything. Butler says if they are tried together, they will have to play more than 20 hours of police interviews. Prosecutors, on the other hand, believe having a joint trial is essential to the case.
I think what we have are collaborative defenses between Steve Lawson and Brooks Houck, because the pleadings that we have in these two cases have the same misquotes, the same mistakes in them. There's obviously some form of collaboration going on in those pleadings as to a joint defense.
Houck has pleaded not guilty. He was Rogers' boyfriend at the time she disappeared. Court documents showed Houck recruited the Lawsons to help get rid of Rogers. A former Rowan County school teacher and assistant girls basketball coach has been sentenced to 22 years in prison. 40-year-old Andrew Zahari of Moorhead was at the sentencing at the U.S. District Courthouse in Ashland. Zahari had a sexual relationship with a student at the high school beginning in the summer of 2022. He also produced sexually explicit images and videos of the victim using his cell phone. He pleaded guilty to production of child pornography. A Madison County man is arrested for reportedly raping an 11-year-old girl. Deputies with the sheriff's office arrested 18-year-old Gabriel Foster. According to the arrest warrant, the sexual assault took place on July 4th. The 11-year-old victim told police Foster forced her to have sexual intercourse with him despite knowing her age and her saying no repeatedly. He is currently locked up in the Madison County Detention Center. A McCreary County man is facing charges after he tried to resist arrest. Police were able to find Dylan Phillips during the weekend after they received information about him being at a home across from the Pine Knot Fire Department. After finding him in a bedroom, police say he was taken to the ground after not complying with orders. Phillips also had a warrant on him, which included felony charges such as fleeing and evading police and wanton endangerment. 2 people are facing charges in connection to a severe neglect and abuse case in Pike County. The incident happened last week at a home on Kentucky 194. A complaint was given to police about a woman that was disabled being neglected. When police arrived at the home, they smelled an odor and roaches were inside. Police later discovered bug bites on the woman and that she had not been taken care of. Robert and Alyssa Kelly were taken to the Pike County Detention Center. A Corbin man is facing charges after dispatchers say they received a call about the man being out of control. It happened last Thursday at a home in the southern part of Laurel County. After deputies arrived at the scene, they said a commotion could be heard by neighbors nearby. Austin Kidd was arrested and taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. Police in Powell County are asking for help finding a couple of people regarding a theft case. Here's a photo of the 2 men. Stanton PD says this photo was taken at the Power Shell gas station in Stanton a few weeks ago. Anyone with information about the case can call Powell County Dispatch at 606-663-4116. There are thousands of people in the United States who are on waiting lists to receive life-saving transplants. WYMT's Caroline Mueller gives us a local example of how organ donation saves lives.
Joey Lipsnoble, an Eastern Kentucky coal truck driver, was 47 when he died after being on life support for a brain bleed. But his story did not end there.
His daughter, Alexis, decided to let him donate his organs, and he was able to save 3 people's lives, his heart and his kidneys.
Sandra Noble, Joey's mother, says while he was not an organ donor, he was a people person.
She thought that because her daddy was such a good person and did like to help people, that she could honor him in that way. I'm sure that's just something he just never thought of and just didn't do, but he would certainly be proud to know that he was able to save somebody else's life.
Lauren Salyer is a community educator with Donate Life Kentucky and Kentucky Organ Donation Affiliates. She says one person can save up to 8 lives.
Just to have that call and to know that you're getting that second chance by somebody who is so selfless and willing to give, even though they didn't even know you. There's not really any way to put that into words.
She says those people who receive organs are filled with gratitude.
I work with so many people day in and day out who truly are looking ways to honor their donor and hopefully, even one day connect with their donor family if that's a possibility.
Sandra says in a year from now, this could be possible for their family, and they hope to hear how the people who received Joey's organs are doing. Caroline Mueller, WYMT Mountain News.
Sandra says after seeing the life-saving effects of Joey's organ donation, she would encourage everyone to consider it. And when we return, Alec Baldwin will be in court later today for the 2021 death of a cinematographer.
Waking up, that is, to fog issues as you make your way across portions of eastern and southern Kentucky on this Tuesday morning. How about the rest of the day? Any concerns regarding the moisture left over with Beryl? All the details with your First Alert 7-day forecast coming up right after this.